Twitch people.
one
That one there, yeah, the only one.
Hey.
My name is Colm, and with me is not Shigeru Miyamoto, it's not Hideo Kojima, it's Luke flippin' Williams.
Yeah, cheers. I've really got that one of the memorable names as well.
You really do. Thumbs up from the producer, brilliant.
Unforgettable.
But Luke, before we get into the events of today, we must tell the viewer at home, see that thing there? worldsadrift.com/register. That's where you're probably already registered, so you don't have to worry about it. But that's where you register your interest in Worlds Adrift. You can access the forums, there's the blog. It's a cool place to be, Luke. I don't know about you, but it's my homepage. I've it bookmarked about 18 times on all of my browsers. Chrome, Edge is the new Internet
Are you saying
Explorer.
we don't have any viewers right now? I can't tell. Where is it? Where's the number?
What number? What is this, a telethon?
Yeah.
Call, is this children in need?
Yeah, basically.
Don't worry, we haven't been harmed. There's things happening. Anyway, it's an exciting day, Luke, because we're looking at the community creations of the worldsadrift.com, Worlds Adrift Island Creator.
And a little bit of a surprise feature set at the end.
Exactly.
So,
looking forward to that. So, can I have the magic
Yeah.
mouse again? And we'll do some wonderful things by going, oh, look at that. Now,
Gently low.
what is that, Luke? What am I looking at here?
So when I've set the time of day properly,
This is an island created by a human being.
this is Isle of Burke by Got My Killers.
Got my killers.
Got My Killers.
Yo, right, okay.
Favourite of mine.
What has Got My Killers, excuse me, created here?
Well, I mean, according to the description, now I'm not really familiar with it, but it's like based on How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
Maybe one of the islands from there, maybe the home island. I don't know.
Right.
But I thought it was kind of cool because from a distance it's sort of very unusual. It's all these long, sort of tall spires and stuff like that, and he's got some cool little details going on here. See these little
caves.
You can get in, find some statues and stuff like that.
What makes a good island, basically?
I don't know. You just know when you see them, you know? You just know when you see them.
Good. I was hoping for maybe a 12-minute answer there. But really in depth.
Yeah, and it's just stuff like, it's the fundamentals of level design when there's, stuff kind of fits together in a coherent way.
Okay. We're just
as long as you kind of have your internal logic, I suppose. You can kind of do crazy stuff, but as long as you're I don't know, as long as you feel,
I suppose
almost I mean, we have one advantage that we have kind of like a floating substance. You can kind of get away with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Anything that's out floating there, you can just go, it's Atlas stones probably.
Would it be stuff, say, like that shrubbery around the tree, those kind of little touches?
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
that
and you're not putting trees on the side of the rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think people understand the sort of natural world enough to know not to do that necessarily. But it's not that
Oh dear.
I thought the tree would break my fall.
That was the ground. Oh, she's okay. Springing to life.
She's fine. And she's okay. Yeah, so it's it's got a nice little forest, nice little mix of trees. So you sometimes see them when they kind of go nuts and they put in all the trees. But what I find is subtlety is key.
Just every single every variation.
Exercise a little bit of restraint, and don't go, oh my god, I've got 200 things to use. I'm going to use every single one.
All 200 of them, yeah.
But this one's cool because actually this stuff is kind of more unconventional, but it works. So obviously these are just plants, right? Traditionally, you put them on the ground where there's grass, but when you actually put them on the side of islands, it kind of creates these cool little, stuff that's growing out of the rocks and that, which always creates a nice look.
That kind of post-apocalyptic feel.
From this island, I think we can take away bushes on your rocks.
Bushes on your rocks are always good. Yeah, remember
Definitely.
that. I'm a fan of that. So that's the Isle of Burke.
The misty top there.
That's quite nice. We've a couple of islands to go through.
We do. Let's go through our subscription list. Now this one is purely because now I downloaded this because I got some dev magic.
Ooh.
I can see how he made it because I was really confused as to how he got like these incredibly well sculpted hands with like a pretty not our great sculpting tools, but that's later. I'll show you the improved one. So the current sculpting version that players has, it's like I don't know how on earth.
So is this
this would have been created.
Yeah, those hands and arms aren't assets.
No. This is using the island terrain.
Wow. Okay.
To create.
How did he do it?
And I thought, well, how has he done that? Because the sculpting tools aren't that great at the moment, and he's literally got like forearm muscles and stuff. Turns out, the list of generators down the side of his island, there's about 300 of them.
Wow.
Every finger is like made up of about 4 or 5 cylinder generators. He's then got like a sort of an ecliptical one there with like another cylinder sort of creating this section, and then like a couple of ones here creating the rest of the. It's just absolutely mental.
What about the hit? Is that generator?
So this is your generator as well, yeah. So he has like a cylinder going down here and a cylinder for the eyebrow and stuff. But it creates like a pretty ominous looking island and like completely unique and pretty mental. And then obviously the size of this thing. So here I am on his hand. It's absolutely massive. You could build a ship on here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you can kind of see it just looms over you. So imagine seeing this come out of the cloud bank as you're flying around. You can see the other arm over there, sort of shrouded in mist because it's so far away.
Because even from when you're kind of looking at it from an aerial point of view, I was like, yeah, but how big is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't know until you get down low. But and again, another little teaser for later. There's a feature that's going to help with that. But this was. Let's have a look at the Paladrio's Monumental Shrine by Vicenta
or
something like that. Oh, do we have questions? As we go through these?
I was enjoying your company so much, Luke. I forgot about the chat. I should say, actually, we have a new trailer, Luke.
Oh yes, yeah.
That
I spent a couple of weeks ago filming. I think I tweeted about that I was filming. Oh no, we did. We put up some Instagram.
There was video. So yeah, that trailer is live on youtube.com/Worlds Adrift, as is our founders page, Luke.
Yeah.
Which is worldsadrift.com/founders,
exactly.
Where you can enter an art competition effectively. Create your own art on Worlds Adrift, and you get featured in a book. It's great.
So getting our very own printed art book.
So have a look at that.
I actually just saw someone was like, "Can you please look at my my island?" And I do actually have that one subscribed to. Believe it or not, you're in luck. Look, this list isn't very big. It's not very big.
No,
but yours is one of them. So that we'll jump on that just because you asked.
The Farmer's Isle.
Yeah. Now, I mean, there is a spelling mistake. It actually says the Famous Isle. I knew what you meant though.
I didn't, but good spot, Luke.
I know, right?
Good spot. I mean, a little bit mean, but
I just thought I'd let you know. You can update it and have it not.
Oh, isn't this lovely? So crop patch.
Let's jump in. So yeah, he's basically he's created a little farm patch here using like a little array of bushes.
Growing cactus.
Good sort of variation on the tree size, which we need to like work out how we're going to do that in game now because people have sort of been resizing a lot of the trees and it looks a lot better. So we sort of have to try and figure out how we can sort of make those work.
Right.
But yeah, like cool little details. You've got the leaves on the ground, little rocks with some mushrooms in there.
That's quite nice. Like even the dirt along.
Yeah, you got the dirt. It's sort of well trodden. We actually had been. I mean, this is just pie in the sky stuff, really. But we've got a new texture system that I'll show you later. There we go, another plug. And the plan maybe is in the release is when characters walk over these islands a lot of the time, like the base texture of the island will like push through. So say you've got like
Very
mud
nice.
or rock. If players like walk along a particular path quite a lot of time on an island, that base layer will start to come through a bit more, and you actually create natural paths. In the island.
I would be impressed if you can pull that off.
So you can land on an island and actually see where like a lot of traffic has actually walked through.
I like that. Yeah, it's a great. I think you should do that.
Essentially. But yeah, he's got the little ruined farmhouse here, little seat. Probably some sort of fireplace.
It's a very fancy fireplace, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, but it's all overgrown now. It's a wreck.
You come from farming background yourself, Luke? Or?
Well, I am from Cornwall, but I never actually did any farming.
Yeah, I mean back home in Cork as well. I come from the sticks, but never really into the farming.
No. You've got a little islet off the side here, which is cool. Up to a little shrine.
Little graveyard for all the dead cows, perhaps.
I suspect that's probably it. Yeah. One thing I did actually like was he's used like this actual texture here is like a path texture, but he's kind of used it to create all the rocks. And then what it's got is these nice little grooves in between that looks like moss or something growing out. So that's I kind of like that when I first jumped in. I was like, oh, that's a good use of that texture. I didn't realise that it could be used that way.
Yeah.
So hats off for that one.
Some of the community even kind of giving us a few tips.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
So there we go. That is the Famous Isle by Peanut.
The Famous
Actually,
Isle.
Having said that, this guy might have not even got his version. Might be called the Farmer's Isle. Oh no, he's saying that's something. Okay, cool.
Right.
He's seen it. That's fine.
He's aware.
He's aware of it. Yeah.
That's good. As long as you're aware, anyway.
This one's another one for cool, sort of like what people have been doing with like the storytelling. This is Crash Landing by Jarl.
Okay.
And he's basically taken the old wreckage parts and almost you can imagine this ship's come in, sort of carved its sort of crash site down here, and like bits have sort of spun off it and left a trail in the grass there. Little bits of engine and all this kind of stuff, and even though like they're kind of like nondescript chunks of metal, which was what we intended, they were supposed to look like bits of a ship.
Yeah.
I kind of like how he's.
These are all like
laid them out in a way that actually it looks like it was some sort of ancient vessel back in the day.
They're all separate parts, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. These two are the same, and he sort of resized and put them around and stuff. And then up here, it's got a little graveyard with some flowers. So clearly, whoever crashed here buried the dead, and then I'm guessing they either died here as well.
I'm guessing
they found their way off the island. There were some trees and some rocks here, so maybe they found enough resources to get off.
Potentially.
But you never know. You never know.
They might be dead.
They might have died.
They might have thrown themselves
years ago.
off the side of the island.
They could have thrown themselves off the side. Yeah.
It's difficult to say, but that's it's very impressive.
That was a cool one. Let's go with here's Saborian City.
I won't lie now. I
Yeah.
had a sneaky look at this because this is from person favourite of mine, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader that we looked at in our little trailer thing.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a night. Let's go with a nice, musky.
I
sort
like.
of thing. I think it fits the theme and the mood of this island.
It's kind of
There we go.
space-like.
It's a strange one. I mean, he's definitely gone for like the blue sort of theme, which is cool. And it's just this like sort of vast space. Lots of little buildings and stuff like that. I think he's got like areas of the city. So we've got that's obviously the main bit. But you go down here, and I think there's like a graveyard that sort of stretches out. Yeah, here we go. And it's kind of cool, like coming across this, and we do have Claudia's been building, because right now we've kind of got these as like our only sort of Saborian buildings really.
Yeah.
But Claudia's built like an entire sort of like building kit for the Saborian sort of architecture, which is like complete with like a few other sort of building types and like almost like their style of architecture. Cause we only had like sort of their monuments, which is like these sort of towers and sort of gravestones and stuff like that. But we wanted to add a bit more, so you could sort of build settlements basically, or past settlements, a little bit more in theme, I suppose, with the rest of these ones, because people haven't used these other like sort of building block sections. But
I suppose, that's kind of something about the Island Creator again, is that the community have taken like even they've taken certain things that I suppose like maybe you intended as something else, and they've completely kind of morphed them.
I mean, it's not so like we kind of built something. We're like, oh yeah, this will be like a door frame, and then people will sort of combine like two door frames, and then like create like a chain or something. Like I mean, but the first time we saw it, we were like, what is that being built out of? Because I don't recognise it, and then you realise it's this particular part.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, it's a huge kind of island. It's got some.
If you were to hazard a guess, How long would something like that take?
Longer than it should have,
Right. Okay.
because we've made a lot of
I was just gonna
special
say,
updates.
Is there another teaser coming?
that makes all of this stuff a hell of a lot easier. And that is something that we definitely want to sort of pull off.
Yeah, a lot of praise here. Pirate Paul X says, "Man,
Yeah.
this map is awesome." Get Smoked says, "Holy crap, Daft Vader is so freaking good."
He definitely is.
He is freaking good. If there's one thing Daft Vader is, but yeah, very impressive island.
Yes.
So what are we looking at now, Luke?
So this one, let's skip to a more appropriate time of day. I don't know. Do you want to go for sunset? Actually, we'll save the sunsets for the update. We'll save that. So this
is that the Star of David?
This is the maze by Rycan, and I'm guessing so. Now, I honestly, without our next update, this one, I'm just there like, how long has this taken? Because you had to place like every individual block.
Wow.
But basically, we've created a vast maze. I have a feeling, and like the detail is like insane. You know, there's not a blade of grass out of place on this one. So you get the maze here. I'm kind of hoping if you had like a team of people come across this, you could actually race through the maze. Like, you kind of know where the center is, and you just run in and see who basically gets to the middle first.
Oh,
but there's
cool.
little areas of the maze. You've got like a cave area here.
Is there dead ends and?
It looks
kind of-
like it. I think I might have just got myself into one. But that's what I mean. It actually feels like a maze. There we go. See, dead end.
Ah.
But every
every
section of the maze has some sort of like detail in it. So
Every single kind of block is.
and
placed.
every block is individually placed. And the thing is, with the way that it currently the system works, is you'd have to like put a block in, like rotate it and set it up. You couldn't just like place a block there and
I mean,
then
that
just.
sounds like a form of torture, Luke. I won't
I
lie.
don't like it. Yeah. Well, but the thing is that people like took it so much further than we actually thought they would go. You know, and like suddenly you have these sort of huge, vast mazes and stuff, and you're going like, but you had to place every block.
That is unbelievable.
Like brick by brick had to get placed, which is insane. You can of course just cheat and then like use your rope and go, I'm gonna get to the middle, I win.
Earl of Monkey says, "No, Star of David is 6 points, not 8.
There you go. See, I reached the centre
Thank
of the
you,
maze.
Earl of Monkey, whoever
So
you may
well done me, using my great cunning and ability.
be. Very impressive.
I
What's
got to the middle.
Can I have a look at the thing in the centre?
So this is like, that ring of stone is just sort of duplicated and spun around lots and lots to
right.
create some sort of centerpiece. And it's fine because Atlas stones, that's why it's floating. Yes, we get a free pass and all that stuff.
That kind of works for everything.
Free
Yeah,
pass.
it's perfectly fine.
Um,
Can you cheat actually? Could you attach your grappling hook to the top of a rock and just kind of?
oh yeah, that's how I cheated before.
Was it right? Okay.
Oh, this one's at an angle. No, I just jumped up.
Yeah,
You can cheat.
but don't.
But if you and your friends wanted a real maze hunting thing, you could just ban your rope or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could figure something out.
Make up your own fun, okay?
Yeah.
This map, it does actually. Admanta_Ray says this map feels like it was taken from the Talus principle. Feels very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not played the game, but I do see where you're coming from. Also, a little bit of the witness in there as well.
Yeah, very witnessy.
But yeah, no, it's I mean, yeah, like there's like little areas of different flowers. So it's almost like you could identify what area you're in based on the colours of flowers on the ground.
You were screaming at your friends, going, "I'm completely
I'm
lost."
in the red bit
I'm
with the
over-
roses.
I'm over by the rose bit.
Yeah, exactly. The red trees. Then you can look up and go, right, okay, yeah, I'm in the red tree bit. Where are you? I'm in the blue tree, and be like, okay, so you're over here somewhere. So it's actually laid out pretty,
Yeah, no,
pretty smart. You've got the different different quadrants of the map, the maze.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very. I feel like Richard O'Brien should be saying, because it's like if the purple, the blue, the red,
Yeah.
the green actually have the, as you say, the different quadrants of the.
So if
of
you
the
get
map.
lost and you don't use your grappling hook because you're a cheater, you can sort of find
Just
your way around.
scream, "I'm in the Aztec zone."
Exactly.
Can you get me out? Can you?
Yeah.
Very impressive map, just like our new trailer, Luke.
Just
which is
like our new trailer.
which is also very
It's on
impressive.
our YouTube channel, is
It's
it?
on our YouTube
It does
channel.
actually. It's got player-made islands that we
Yes.
haven't gone through here. But if you made an island, there's a chance it might be in the trailer.
Yeah, as someone I saw a while ago said it was. I don't know. But yeah, go to youtube.com/Worlds Adrift. See the new trailer. It's incredible. And worldsadrift.com/founders, where if you are the arty type, you can submit some of your fan art for Worlds Adrift and be featured in our lovely
In the
art book. A real book,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think, like a proper printed
Yeah,
thing.
I believe. Maybe Earl of Monkey can confirm, whoever you may be. So what are we looking at now, Luke?
So this is Triad by Goose.
Okay.
And I kind of liked it because it's very, it's like what you imagine a floating island sort of like landscape to be, which is just this broke. And I don't actually know how we made it, like, because there's so many chunks. I mean, I don't think they're all generators. I think he might have gone through and carved it all, but maybe not. But I like that you can kind of just, you can jump on it. It's pretty big, there's a lot of like space, but you're kind of like navigating around it. You're sort of just leaping from little islet to islet, which I find is pretty cool. And obviously then you can
Would it be
start
like,
doing some stunts in it.
oh dear. Would it be more feasible to create something like this with all individual generators?
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows, really? But whatever, it's effective.
It is effective, yeah.
But there's actually it's kind of the same feature, but it's used in a cool way that we'll get to. But yeah, so this was another like sort of cool. I just liked how it creates like a cool space to just go Spider-Man, really. And
yeah.
Talking of Spider-Man.
Yes. Excellent, Luke.
Let's look at the.
It's one of my personal favourites.
I mean, it's like it's not pretty, but it's cool.
It's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, it's no, I know I tweeted this one out on the weekend, but basically, and it takes a while to load because this thing is massive. Like, I'm pretty sure these buildings are like kilometers high. So they made like what can only be described as some sort of rudimentary New York City.
Yeah.
And it is called City for Spider-Man Wannabes. Oh, it's Vincento. I didn't know that. We looked at one of his earlier.
Isn't he spoiled?
I didn't realise. I just figured like it wasn't the same person. But clearly, I'm sorry, I've spoiled him now.
Well, yeah.
Two islands in one stream.
It's fine. I mean, this was kind of a personal request from me, really.
It was right at the end. Yeah, you're like, can we have a look at the Spider-Man one?
Please.
Go on.
Yeah,
then.
I'm
but as
very
you can
impressed.
see, it's absolutely gigantic. Like,
yeah.
Like I mean, you definitely got that sort of scale of a city, right? That's for sure. Turns out, actually, though, being Spider-Man is really hard.
Well, I suppose if you had the glider, it would be a little bit easier,
but I'm okay. So, because
oh dear,
because it's kind of you swing into it and then you can swing around this. No, just knock yourself out on a building. It's really hard to sort of judge the scale because these things are massive.
They're absolutely monstrous, yeah.
So you think you kind of like you think you're good and you're going to be able to like rope onto something, but then you don't. See, it is. It's like Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man has cheats, right?
Yes.
Like he just grapples onto like something in the air, like a pigeon or something. See, now I've gone too far, and it's like sorry, I can get there.
But yeah, like I remember in Spider-Man 2, it was literally you're webbing off of nothing.
Basically, I mean, in all the Spider-Man games, because they are for like people who watch Spider-Man, and they probably don't want to have this like hard way of basically becoming Spider-Man, whereas we do.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you have to actually manually target where your web slinger's gonna go, which generally means it's a little bit harder to look badass.
But I mean, you can kind of look.
I can kind of be Spider-Man. I think you need some practice on this particular island.
Plus, Spider-Man with a bit of flair as well. It's very rare you see Spider-Man doing those twirls.
Well, he does all the twirls. The thing is, though, he fakes the twirls. Oh,
yeah.
I'm not faking them. I actually have to make the twirls happen. Oh no, I missed that one. Whoop.
Twirls are like.
Let's grab that one. Good.
Oh, but actually, yeah. Even if you get to the ground, how what's the scale of the actual building? So like how big are they?
Let's have a look. I mean, they are more or less building size.
Wow.
So here I'm going down,
So are they
going down Manhattan or whatever.
I suppose they are just all
They're just
generators, I suppose.
Yeah, they're just the square generators. I'm guessing extended to like 1 kilometer
Yeah.
because they are absolutely massive. But there you go. You can create a sort of streets of New York and be Spider-Man.
Get Smoked has a question, Luke. What kind of island are you, as developers and game designers, looking for to put into the game? Good ones.
Yeah. I mean, we've been through a few of them like today. Like stuff that kind of probably breaks it as much as this one, but you could create something like that sort of. I suppose it's kind of a little bit more in theme. I mean, this is clearly just made as like a little fun exercise in being Spider-Man, which is fine.
So would you kind of stray away from things that aren't kind of in the Worlds Adrift sort of
like,
feel?
There's more islands that fit with the world than not. It's like people are kind of getting.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really have like a strict list of like what, and it's not even like all down to us anyway because we have the workshop there and all those top voted islands. Like the community is definitely pushing in the right direction as well. So there's not like kind of us butting up against like, oh no, we want to be like this. You should do that because clearly it's like we're all on the same sort of wavelength because the islands that have been upvoted to the top and stuff and do have the most subscribers are, they are solid islands that like they're kind of ticking all the right boxes really.
I suppose it's important for like people watching this to not have it in their head of any restrictions. Just create what you're going to create.
Yeah.
And be the judge of it.
But speaking of creation.
Well, first of all,
what we got to do before that?
We've got to.
Give me a
So can you
low.
Do the alt?
That's a very, very good point.
The alt and the tab.
We're not on the developed version.
No,
that would have been,
we're not.
That would have been weird. I've been there like, well, it doesn't look like there is any new features.
So, brilliant.
We fixed that. That's why we.
Right.
That's why we.
Can I have the magic mouse again?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You take the questions. Right. For the new features, we need to do a bit of jiggery pokery. So back in a tick, as they used to say on 90s television. We're back, Luke.
Hello.
I hope you enjoyed your cup of tea or coffee or water. Water's good for you as well, Luke. You're meant to drink 2 litres of it every day, apparently.
I'm on the ball with my water, don't you worry.
Yeah. Alright, don't take it as an insult. It's okay. We are looking at the new features, the upcoming, I suppose, rather than new. Well, they are new, but like
they are new, but they're not in the game. They're not released yet. But this is version 0.88. I have no idea what the current version is, but it's not that.
A lower number.
Exactly.
Than 0.88.
Yeah.
So enlighten me and the viewer at home. What are the new features in the Worlds Adrift Island Creator?
Well, obviously at the moment seems pretty by the book. Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at this. Well, now we have blah blah blah, like exact positioning for islands for the generators.
Oh, okay.
And also now before we have the little sliders to adjust like all that stuff.
Yes, all the stuff.
Now. In the same way that when you manipulate islands, manipulate objects, you can now actually use the scale tools to actually resize the stuff like that. So that becomes like a little bit easier so you don't have to go back over there to like get the right sort of size of your island. You can just do that. Another big one is Control D. Hello. I've just replicated that generator.
That's
so if
wonderful.
I get like a sort of a generator size that I like, or like a good shape, I can just go sod it and duplicate it just like that. Same things remain here with the global settings, but we've got a cool thing. If I add a new generator, let's say I'm going to go for a box. Let's stick a box here. Scale that up, flatten it a bit, stick that in there.
I'm intrigued, Luke.
Now I might decide I want this particular piece to ignore the noise generator.
Okay.
So it basically goes in without all of the like sort of noise. That will just be that block. Will just appear there. And the other generators, these ones, will still be using the noise from the island. That applies for subtractive stuff as well. So if I grab this.
Looks like a finished tablet.
Yes. Oh yeah, we updated the capsule thing so it actually is a capsule because that's how it was actually generating. We just didn't show that. So now you kind of get a more accurate thing of it. So this, so that I can actually subtract and not ignore noise, but then I can add another subtractive capsule.
Right.
It's just to kind of like demonstrate it. Let's fatten him out.
Yeah.
And this one I can say ignore noise. So that one will be like a clean cylinder cut
Okay.
through the whole thing. And then let's just say let's generate. I have no idea what it's going to look like. It's probably going to look horrendous, but
You'd
I'm
never
sure it's
know.
fine. So
Yeah,
it does look
it
horrendous.
Looks pretty horrendous, but
But you can see an example of what I've meant. So there's
Yes.
like the kind of the clean cut
Okay.
cylinder there. I mean, yeah, you can put that on and see that there. There's the block that we put.
yeah. And as you said, just
And then the
show
other
the block.
cylinder, which went off here, you can see there's some noise there. So it's like it's not as
Okay.
clean cut as this one is. So that's just stuff for options, and you can now sort of create almost like these sort of man-made structures using the terrain, basically.
yeah.
Which should be a little bit easier.
Like as you,
That sort of stuff.
what island was it? Were you kind of mentioning how was the one of the statue where everything was kind of
Yeah.
sculpted? Like
Yeah,
this,
exactly,
something
yeah.
like this obviously would.
Well, like, when it was building all of the arms and crazy stuff like that, he could have had those turned to all ignore noise, so they kept their smooth, defined shapes.
Yeah.
And then could have then built like an island around it or surrounding it, and then had that not ignore the noise, so it would have had some nice sort of natural looking terrain around it.
Yeah.
Which would have been, you know,
A little bit easier.
yeah. It's easy to create a variety. And then we have our reworked sculpting stuff. So before there was like this weird sort of thing of like it would like almost like prime the area that you were sculpting, and then sort of like it would happen slowly, then it would speed up,
Yeah.
so you could accidentally sort of like gut your island. Now it's just pretty binary. So if I just up that sort of power, it's now just sort of able to just go in there and
Like
if
it
you
doesn't
turn-
start slowly and kind of.
yeah, so you turn it up
Speed
quite
up.
high, you can just go bub, 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 like little taps here, little taps there, like sort of slowly, sort of sculpted in. We also fixed a load of. I know there was bugs where you would create like holes in your island if you like sort of borrowed in too far and stuff like that. That's all fixed now, so you can just go nuts, sort of carve in here, and it's not gonna. You're not going to get those breaks or those splits and those holes that you
Right.
probably anyone who's built an island will probably has sort of come across every now and then. Yes, that's all fixed now, and you can see like sculpting this sort of stuff.
So just
It's a lot easier.
all the sculpting tools are.
They're just
bit
they've
more
had
fluid.
they had all their sort of algorithms played with, so they're a little bit nicer to use now, more exact. You can just like literally click for like little bits. And the other cool thing as well is the flatten tool, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Now what I did then is I just shift clicked, so it's basically like an eyedropper tool. And that was actually, we saw that suggestion by the players, and we're like in the forums, and we're like, yes, that makes sense. So if I'm there, like, okay, I want to start flattening at this where my thing is there,
that
I'm
level.
shift click, and it'll go there, and I can just start
Very nice.
flattening from that point. And then if you want to kind of create a slope, you can sort of just click up there, and then we turn the power down a little bit. You can see it's a little bit easier now because of the new sculpting tools as well. You can kind of create like more slopes, which I know people were kind of asking for. So it's a little bit easier to create like areas that raise up to like other bits.
Okay.
And yeah, you can just go in anywhere and just be like, yeah, I'm going to flatten here.
Yes, yeah.
You turn the power up as well, and it's quite cool if you turn the radius right down, just to start sort of like creating little cave things, because you can just burrow in here. And before this would kind of probably create quite a lot of like weird tears and splits in the island.
Yeah.
But that's all gone now, and because of the precision of these things, you can sort of just go in and then you can sculpt around this thing here. And sort of start kind of creating like cool little like cave structures and stuff like that. And then I can just like eyedrop up to there, sort of so the cave becomes like a little bit uneven.
A very clever little suggestion from the community.
whatever, start flattening out up here, down here, then yeah, just merge that in. So already you can kind of see in that sort of speed, like the difference now in kind of creating like little cave networks and stuff is much quicker, just with these new things just blasting through.
Like, have you found
away.
Have you found even in creating islands that it has just like cut time down? Massively?
I mean, like this sort of just getting out your general shape of the islands and like little features and stuff, especially with the all of the generator stuff. So I don't know if I can select generators. No, I can't. Not yet. But yeah, then just being able to be like, I like this shape, so I'm going to move that, and then I'm just going to duplicate it and like bring off another section. Because I found when I was trying to kind of create specific shapes, and then I'd have to go, add generator, blah blah blah, and it would go back to all the defaults, and it was like, but the one I had was quite close.
Right.
And now you can move it to where you want, and then if you want to make any adjustments, you can just bring up this thing and just start resizing it. It's just a lot quicker. So yeah, that's a big win there.
Because I suppose you can, like, in some of the islands we looked at today, like the work that people have put into them is astronomical. So like, I suppose we can only hope that something like this would maybe... Yeah,
so it's all about just like seeing where all the grievances are and being like, we should really like fix that or iron that out, because people are putting a lot of time into it, and we can make it as like just as smooth and enjoyable process as possible. Really, just not stressing you out with like trying to weird seams and breaks and all that kind of stuff.
Phoenix Eldritch says nice. Punny Bunny Live says that is so much better, especially the sculpt tools.
Yes, they are, and so we do have plans for a smoothing thing, because we completely redid our smoothing thing. So now when I smooth, it's much quicker. So that was it. That was smoothing done. And anyone who's pressed smooth before knows how much longer that should take. And what it does is it does it in increments. If you're there like, that was quite smooth, I want to smooth it again, it will just layer upon layer, just slowly smooth it all out.
Okay.
So you can see it now just getting more and more smooth. So this used to be, if I can Z it back, you can see there what it's been doing. So it's just been increasingly making it smoother and smoother and smoother, but about 1 billion times faster than what you're used to. So using this new system of smoothing, like the smooth all, that's why we want to now go in and add the smooth brush. So if you just want to smooth this area where you've got this weird like stepping thing, where before you had to like smooth all and risk your whole island getting done, now you can just rub that area of the island and it'll go all smooth.
Lovely.
That's the intention there.
Punny Bunny Live says, holy cow, that is fast.
Yeah, if anyone has done the smoothing before, they will be like, what? That was it? Yes, that's it. Boom. Jackpot.
So but there isn't a smooth brush.
There's not a smooth brush yet.
Yeah.
But
later.
The intention is that we now we do that. So
okay, this is the part I'm excited for, Luke. Now the rest of it very exciting as well.
No, of course.
What's going on here? I thought it was like 3 layers.
We had a little bit of confusion with the old texture painting, so we've done away with that system. You now have 8 textures that can be painted wherever you want.
Wherever I want.
Wherever you want. So here you can just run straight in there. Let's put the strength up a bit. Just start painting grass really. Because you wanted grass here.
Yep.
Maybe you wanted grass, like, I don't know, under the cave, so you just start painting. Just pick your area and paint. Now, if you're like a little bit concerned, like, but what if the paint's in the wrong area? This little wheel down here, I can actually specify, and you can also enter the numbers down here, the angle at which you want that texture layer to be able to paint onto. So if I just want the grass just on the top, I can set it at, like, I want 0 to 50, right? And so now the grass won't paint on any angle that is more than 50 degrees, so I can keep it in a particular area if I want to. We do have some quick buttons as well, so you see it won't paint here, even though I'm trying. You can see it start to paint up there because that's when the angle...
Isn't that clever?
Likes that angle, it does. It likes that angle. But we do have other ways of doing that as well, so you can click on this one. I can just say, right, one on the side. So we have some little presets. So you can just click on that and you'll see it changes the little alignment on the wheel down there. So then I can just paint mud on the side, but on the top where I have my grass, see, beyond that angle. Now if I think that angle's too much, I can just go in and go, no, I want that less.
Okay.
And so where I painted before, now it won't paint. It'll only paint at the angle on the side there. And I said, yeah, you can pick anything.
You can do that so you can put the ground on top or the grass at the bottom, do whatever you want.
I can set that to top now, so that's only on the top layer. And you can just infinitely paint textures. If I go for this one and be like, oh, I want sand dunes now on this. Let's go with that. I can then start just putting sand dunes on there as well. And then I can choose to get this one and be like, right, now I want to throw in some leaves.
Why not?
Why not, right? And I can just start painting some leaves on there. I don't know why they're grey. Let's change that. Let's get some let's get some leaf colour. There we go. And I can just start painting leaves on there.
What was the thinking behind the previous version?
It was more of a like to simplify it. Like we thought it was making more sense because you had a top, a side, and then like a side and the bottom. And so we thought, oh yeah, that's quite simple. You can just hit and it'll paint it all, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
But we still actually have all the flood fill stuff. It was we just thought it was a better system and it wasn't, basically.
Okay.
So now I can hit that on the top and I still have flood fill, so I can just flood fill that, and then suddenly every angle that's there, I can just stick that grass there, just like that. Because we found that, like, even though we had like 2 textures assigned to like painting the bottom of the islands, but people weren't really making use of it. It's a little bit confusing. You used to have like weird, like mixing them together in weird ways and creating like stretch textures and stuff, and it just didn't look that great. Whereas now you are basically in complete control of where you want these sort of. Oh, I just realised I didn't change my thing to that. So yeah, now you can just you can paint wherever you want, and just overlay them all 8 of them, as much as you want. So you can just hit all, then
is there
paint everywhere.
No, I suppose what island were we talking about? It was where the one with, I think it was the How to Train Your Dragon one.
Yeah.
Where, like, you were talking about how some people kind of basically said, I'm going to put every tree within a foot of each other.
Yeah.
Is there a slight worry that people with these new tools will kind of go, oh, I can have like red and green and blue and whatnot, and just kind of make a complete mishmash of an island?
I mean, yeah, they're welcome to, man. I mean, like, I think there's everyone kind of has an inkling of what looks good or not.
Well, yeah.
I think it's just play around with them. I think now you've got a lot more freedom with how you actually want these all these sort of textures to go, really.
Yeah.
Like, if you want like all 8 textures to be like details on the top of the island, then you can just do that now. You might only want like 1 rock texture for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And whereas before we'd waste like, I believe, like 4 textures, like trying to do the sides and the bottom, when you might just be like, no, I'm happy with just 1 of those doing that all. Yeah. So even though we're actually using the same amount of textures, there's just like a ton more freedom. And where that all goes.
A couple of Get Smoked, more layers. Again, and the crowd goes wild. Very, very happy with this revelation. The Jehi says, I hand painted my whole island for like 2 hours. With this, I could be done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's why we made the change. just to help out, speed all that stuff up. And just yeah, because there was just it was annoyances that didn't need to be there, basically. So we have been fixing all that up. Now this island is looking absolutely horrible, but that's fine. It's just I'm demonstrating. It's
exactly.
Fine. Okay.
No one's judging me.
Next one.
There's more.
There's more. Of course, there's more. We've been busy.
Okay.
So, what do we have in this one now? Right. So we're now. Everyone knows that you can sort of put stuff. So you notice, like, oh, there's less trees, is there? There isn't. So let's. So now what we have just by default is it'll basically select a different tree every time you place. So you can just say, I want this type of tree. Just start placing, and it'll choose one of them for you. So if you want to like have like just I want to put some rocks down and I want some variants, you can just then start just putting them down, and it'll just vary it for you.
Ah, okay. So yeah, it's not like small.
It's not like. So we still have that there. There's a little click down option next to the tree, and you can bring it down and you can see every individual item in there. So if you did want to be like, no, I want this specific thing,
tree, yeah.
You can do that. But if you're just trying to like create like a quick little bit of varied detail, you can just do that. And that applies for like everything. So you see, we go like these sort of ones. You got like these like steps. I think there's like, and the only difference is there's texture change on them, right? So it was frustrating to like sort of have to place them. Like, you know, you obviously don't want to place the same one every time.
Yeah.
But now it just does that for you. So there you can see I just placed one of them, but it had all the different varied textures we have on them. Another cool thing we have, if I go to, if I say I'm going to put some of these like rocks down, so now we have like a multi-select in stuff, so I can hold control. And I can just grab something. It's kind of like mass placement, but you choose where stuff.
That's what I was going to say.
You choose where it goes, so I can just, if I grab like a random amount of these, and I can even sort of go down and be like, actually I want
or you can grab other
I want trees in there as well.
Yeah.
And then I go to the continuous like painting. I can just go in and it'll basically place all of the ones I've selected at random. It'll just, as it's painting, go whoop, 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 and just pick one of them. So, I mean, obviously it's a bit random with the tree in there, but if you can imagine if you just had like a selection of these rocks. If I get rid of all of those, if I hold shift, I can just select like a range. So I've just selected all these little small brown rocks. Let's put the random scale to max. And so I can just go in and be like, oh, I just want some rock detail here, and let's turn them in spacing down. And I can just start painting some rocks, and it'll just be picking the rocks at random. So I've just created like really quickly like a little set of detailed rocks. And I haven't gone that rock there, next one, like select it from the menu, that rock there, and do it all like that, which is a much easier way of doing things.
And obviously more kind of better than like mass placement, because you
yeah, and it's great for the grass as well, because you can just like select like a little selection of grasses and then just go and just paint. And it'll just be throwing in random flowers and random plants and stuff like that, which is really handy.
Guess what? You've done it again. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Punny Bunny Live says, "Oh my gosh." Jack Armish 1 says, "Just give the game to me." The crowd has gone wild, Luke.
Well, you know, we do like to, I don't know, please the crowd, I suppose, is our go-to thing.
Bird the Destroy says, "I'm getting new computer parts for this game, LMAO."
Yeah.
He finds it funny that he's getting new computer parts.
So, another cool thing.
Sorry, Earl of Monkey, we are all judging you, Luke. What was that about?
I don't know.
Right. It's a bit harsh.
Yeah, actually,
I'm not judging
I know
you.
I shouldn't have done
I'm
that.
supportive. Right, what are we looking at here?
So, look. So another thing that's like massive is I'm building a little thing here that I think is going to look cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Oh, there we go. And I'm going to be like, yes, I want the... Now this is going to be super simple just because I want to just give you a demonstration.
Yep. That's okay, Luke. Again,
no, I usually enter in the exact things of this so I can get it accurate, but I'm not going to bother. Now you can see how long this is sort of like, it's a bit annoying. You know, I'm having to place it's taking a little bit of a while. And let's say this was like just one of these things I was making. There we go. So I've made this really rubbish sort of thing.
I think it's lovely.
Thanks. But if I was to, like, you know, make that again, I'd have to individually bring all those pieces in, lay them all out again.
Yeah.
But now I can hold Shift and grab everything. I can then press Control D, and I've duplicated that whole little set of items. And now I can I can rotate them individually. I can just scale them if I wanted to.
Luke, you're gonna have me say some expletives on screen.
I can just bring that in. And if I just wanted to, like, I mean, hell, if I wanted to just replicate this forest, click and drag,
boom,
grab the forest. No, watch this. Wait. I'm gonna there like, right, I'm gonna put these here. But you're thinking, oh wow, but that's gonna take so long to like have to like place all of these and make sure they're not floating. What's this new button here? Oh, it grounds them. It grounds them. So now they've all been cast down to the ground.
What are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do? That's it. So I can grab my little, if I've got my little rock collection here.
Yeah.
I love that rock collection. I think it's really nice. The layout is incredible. Let me duplicate them first.
Yep.
I've duplicated them all. Here they are. I can just be like, yeah, let's rotate them this way.
They look lovely.
Want them, they do look lovely. But I want them over here, resting on this hill. and then I can just go boom, ground them, boom, there we go. There's my rocks on the ground. No more floating stuff. So there you go. And
what about the Atlas Stone excuse?
You can still use that. Just don't press the button.
Yeah,
just don't press this ground button.
That's true. Fine. Yeah.
But even like the annoyance of like when you scale stuff like this and then you like rotate it because you want it to create like a wall or something.
Yeah.
And then you can just go boom, next one, and sort of bring it in.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like rescale it and try and remember what you had or put the like numbers in there. You can just dump it straight in there.
Yeah. Because even was this a couple of weeks ago when Tom was
it's trying to make his island.
Yeah.
Yep. Lots of annoyances there. So that's like a super quick way of constructing your ruins or your pieces like that. And then Claudia's got a whole new set of like kind of building blocks coming in. And what we do have as well is much like, and this feature isn't sort of done yet. Tom's working on it at the moment. But what you will have when you've kind of created like a piece, like say I was like super impressed with this, I can then grab it all and you can see it says like editing 3 objects up there. I can save those as like a little prefab and it will enter my own little like custom folder. So I can have my own little set of like things I've made and I'm like, that's pretty cool, I like that little sort of, like a little shrine or something like that. I can save them to my own custom folder and I can use those for like future islands. Or you can put them on the workshop. So if you've literally built like an entire castle and you're there like, I don't really want to like make an island and stuff, but I really like making these little like structures and buildings.
Yeah.
You can save that all and then you can upload it to the workshop. So on the workshop you'll have islands and then you'll have like these like prefabs, these pre-built things that you can then go in and if you find like this cool ass badass castle, you can just grab it and put it onto your island as well. So that's pretty handy.
I am impressed.
Yes.
At what you yourself. This is all you, isn't it? It's just you.
In fact, it's just Tom. I mean, I've been there as like kind of giving him like just
do that,
how
Tom.
to do things.
Yeah.
We've had discussions on what features we want to have in and how they're going to work. But it's actual programming coding, it's just one guy.
It's pretty
going nuts.
He's done well.
Yeah.
In fairness,
he has done well.
Luke, the comment section.
Yeah.
Dr. Death 8520 drop the trees. They say. Tiny Jing says, I haven't been this excited for a game in a long time, TBH.
There you go.
Let me see, what else are they saying? Get smoked. Prefabs, get out of town. This is the crowd are very excited about these changes.
Now, we're not done yet.
What?
We're not done yet. So I've built this thing, and it can get annoying if when you're just playing around with sort of scaling and stuff. You don't want to have to jump in every time to see if it kind of if it fits. Like scaling is always a problem, right?
Well, so you go into play mode and the thing is massive or whatnot.
So now you can see this little handy button here, avatar preview. Now wherever your cursor is, it actually creates a little like hologram of the player. So. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing, so I can just go in here and be like, I'm going to build this egg cup, and you can see like what the scale is on the player. So it basically just sits on your cursor. So I can go in like this, and I can rescale that, and I can instantly see literally what my character size is compared to what it is I'm about to place. So there's no more kind of like,
that can be annoying.
Let me go in hit play mode, and then like, oh damn it, I've made it too big, and all that stuff. You're always going to have your this character just follow wherever your cursor's pointing, so you can just see the scale of your character at all times. And that's usable everywhere. So even if you're painting, painting some rocks, your character just stays there. It's just there. It's just a little sit there on your cursor, so you can always get a general sense as you're kind of going around your island and sculpting and building, especially when you're like carving out caves and stuff like that. We'll go back to where my little cave area is,
and that like,
you can actually see just what your character scale is going to be, because I know we do have some problems with you think you're making a little small cave and you're not, basically. Just see if I can. And I can raise that up and I can be like, see, I've made like a little cave entrance there. I can just tap to make it even smaller, and so then you kind of get a good idea of like, yep, that's like a little small sort of cave entrance there. which is really handy because it's just there when you're sculpting.
And it's not overly kind of what's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. It's good, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
It is a small like kind of little feature, but I think I mean, for me, it's been like a little bit of a godsend when I've been like there, sort of creating my islands and stuff.
Obstructive, that's the word.
Yeah,
Whereas, like,
it's nice. It just sits there, just follows your cursor around, and as you're sculpting and stuff, you just get a good idea of like what the size of all of this is going to be. You don't have to jump in with the character. And, you know, and it is pretty handy to have. So hopefully everyone agrees and has to go with that. And I mean, those are probably the big main features. There's a couple of like more boring ones. Like you can now delete your local files from here. That's great,
don't
right?
you dare delete Clyde the Welsh.
Oh, that's the dragons.
Yeah. Ian spent a lot of time on that.
So we have requests where people are like, can I just delete my old islands? Yes, you can. They're there. And also, like in the subscriptions thing, you can now unsubscribe from any islands while you're here.
Right.
So if you're there, like, I don't want to be Spider-Man no more, you can just click it, and that's unsubscribed now. We do have like plans to kind of rework the whole Steam thing. We want to bring in like being able to just play like random islands and stuff. So like without subscribing to them, you can just go. I want to jump in. I want to explore some kind of cool islands and just do play mode.
Doesn't Mario Maker do that?
Potentially, yeah. If you like, if you just want to explore sort of what people have built, then we're going to have a little button you can just go, oh, I want to play an island, and it'll just stream it in, download it, and you can just start playing it. And then if you like it, give it a vote and stuff like that. So we know we have, we want to kind of increase the discoverability of people creating these sort of islands.
Quite a cool idea. And the people are very excited about this, Luke. As am I.
Yeah, well, you should.
I suppose, yeah. Very impressive. Well done, you.
I mean, really, it's commendable to whoever has an island out there, whoever like we had seen today or was in the trailer. Like, good job, because like, as you can see, these tools are going to make that. Like, I mean, I do feel sorry for you because like having this feature set then. I think more or less every island would have taken about 1/10 the time to actually make. Yeah. Which I'm sorry for, but the feedback has been like invaluable. The only reason we have all of these kind of features, it just directly came from players being like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be able to do this. I don't understand the textures. I want to like just smoothing over just all these sort of all these sort of issues that you had when you were trying to sort of create these cool spaces and levels and stuff.
Exactly. Well, Luke, I can't think of a better place to finish it.
Yeah.
This has been one of the. Do you know? Sometimes you do a stream and you're like,
nailed it.
Like this was just like, out of the park. Unbelievable.
So that is Island Creator version 2. It was internally called Island Generator for about 6 months, so we always get that a little bit wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So can you all tab for me, Luke, and give me the mouse of wisdom? Thank you very much. This has been enlightening for me. I've really
because I literally didn't even know. I was like, oh, by the way, we've got all the
today I had no idea
stuff that we can play with. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, we'll just throw that in there. We'll just walk through all that.
So most of my reactions were actually genuine.
They were genuine as well.
Exactly.
He's not just a brilliant actor.
But, well, I am that too. But if you've never come across Worlds Adrift before, this is your first time stumbling across it, head to this thing there, worldsadrift.com/register, and register your interest in the game. You'll have access to the forums, you can see the blog, you can do other things.
Know where the next alpha playtest is and play the actual game.
Pretty pictures and stuff like that.
If you want to kind of get like a little demo of it, you can just download the Island Creator for free.
That's very true. Yeah, that's
one
thing that I think maybe some people aren't aware of. They just think it's this creation tool. It's kind of a demo-ish as well.
Well, you could have the character running around and stuff like that, and it is. We're updating it with the assets and stuff that as the game kind of goes along. So the new runes will go in there. Any sort of new character updates we'll have also go into the Island Creator. So yeah, it's like a little sort of test bed of stuff. And obviously the main game has all the ship creation, exploring and combat and other players
and wonderful game
and all the awesome stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so I suppose that's kind of it. Thank you very much for watching, Luke.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time.
No worries. It was fun.
we'll be back again next week with something a little bit different. I can't say any more than that.
I don't even know what you're doing next week, but yeah, no, it sounds great.
It is. It's, well, I say a little bit different. It's massively different, actually.
Okay.
It's yeah. Tune in, Luke. You can give a
wait.
genuine reaction to that
Yeah, I
because
can't
you
wait.
might actually be in it if you can spare a bit of time.
Oh,
I'll tell
okay.
you. I'll
There
tell
you
you
go.
afterwards
Right,
when we
sweet.
finish up. So yeah. So thank you very much for watching,
Cheers,
and
guys.
see you next week. Goodbye.
See ya.
Where's the?
Did you just click the live button?
Where's I'm looking for? Where's it?
It's right there. It's
No, but
highlighted.
that's how to go live. Hang on, I have to mute the mic first. Goodbye.
Ah.